This podcast features immature people talking about very mature content and is intended only for adult audiences. Hello all, and welcome to another episode of The Pen is Mightier, the world's greatest and possibly only audio fanfiction and erotica competition. I'm your host, Paul J.P., and this week we're getting cozy and we're looking backwards. We've busted out the sepia canvas for the Coctagon, as the theme of this week is past. And joining me in this adventure of erotic archaeology are three gorgeous guests. First, we have a self-described professional idiot, who is the host of the monthly satirical news show Good News Toronto. It's Korri Birch.
Hey guys, it's me, a dum-dum.
Our next guest, we have an actor who appeared as Lizzie Borden in Blood Relations, and in real life is also not a murderer in the eyes of the courts. It's Emilie Overton.
Hello.
Our last guest, we have an improv instructor with the Second City and the founder of Improv Niagara. It's Brie Watson.
Hello.
Woo!
Yeah. I think the sound of the combined voices included in this podcast are probably somewhat close to the warm, gushy feelings of personal contact. No,
Gushy?
you don't think so? Gushy. Yeah, we can't do gushy.
No, yeah, Cardi B did it so that we could all do it too.
I think she made that sacrifice
She
for us.
walked so we could run. She whopped so we can run.
Hey! I actually did a workout to that song the other day. It made it more fun.
I have seen a lot of speculation online when that came out that it's good that it came out in such frayed times because as a song it's simply too powerful for the club.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Oh God.
They would need so many mops at so many clubs.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
goodness. They'd
Where
have
are you
to
going to get that many buckets?
Well, I'm ready for a real gushy time tonight, you guys.
Oh boy.
A lot of that is going to depend on the stories that you've all brought today. And what is going to happen today is that these performers with these stories are going to go head to head to head, presenting readings of erotica in hopes of winning the approval of the others. Along the way, we're going to play a couple of short bonus games for extra credit.
I
And
think
at the
you
end of the
mean
episode,
short boner games.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, that's so good.
this is going to be a powerful pairing.
That's what I call my breasts.
Hey!
Was that in your vows, Brie?
It was!
Okay. Good, I'm glad.
You, Daniel, take these powerful pairs.
But did you take his powerful
You know
hair?
what?
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good pair on him, so
Okay.
a little
long as
droopier
it-
than I'd like, but
We're talking downtown. Is that the kind of podcast we're going for, Paul? I don't know.
yeah, I'm sure it's a positive note that we're already talking about my husband's balls.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, Paul, you were saying?
Yeah, someone about boners.
Yeah, boner rounds.
And at the end of the episode, we'll collectively decide who has done enough to be named the winner.
Ooh.
The theme of this week's episode, as I've already mentioned, is past. So, are we going to be hearing rewritten history this week? Are we going to be hearing stories about things that our guests loved long ago? At the very least, I would love to hear, before we begin, everybody's experience, their past experience with fan fiction or erotica. Korri, do you have any?
Experience, besides the last time I did your show when it was live,
Yeah.
not really. It's such a fun genre, though. I love it. I love that it exists and that people just have made such a culture around it. It's fun. But yeah, I think the last time I actively searched for it was the last time I was on your show.
What I want to know what Korri did for the live show. What show or movie did you fanfic for the live show?
Oh yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing that I'm doing for this one.
Oh,
so
okay,
we'll do it live.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it live.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
No spoilers.
I'm looking at my notes, and yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
How about you, Emily?
I actually have an interesting experience, which probably applies to a lot of other people. I grew up in the French Catholic school system.
Très bien.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Oh, boy. But their sex education was terrible. So what happened was, back in my Twilight phase, I wanted to know more about Edward and Bella, and it turns out fanfiction.net was my sex education.
Oh man,
My favorite trope was unintended pregnancy, which happened a lot. So
that's like something people are into. That's like that makes sense. So if you grew up in the French Catholic system, that's what sort of stuck out to you, because I feel like as a Catholic, that's like the biggest fear/sin, right?
Yeah, it's a je ne sais pas, if you will.
Yeah, that's the ultimate je ne sais quoi.
No, it's also a bit of a fantasy in the idea of like, oh wow, the first person I'm with and I'm pregnant, oh, he'll take care of me. That sort of trope back then. But I mean, I grew out of it, but yeah, it was my sex education in which it scared me out of sex, but it also told me that sex is actually good and not sinful.
Pas avant le mariage.
L'espace pour Jésus.
That's right.
Yeah, la piscine.
The French know how to fan fiction.
Well, how about you? Do you have experience with fan fiction erotica?
There's what I've done on your show, which has always been fun. I had a period where I was we were doing improv inspired by Harlequin romance novels.
Ooh.
It was like a narrative improv where we'd only read the blurb and we'd get a couple suggestions from the audience, and we would recreate that Harlequin romance novel based on.
When was that?
Oh, I mean, whichever one it was at the time. I don't remember which ones. We did a bunch of them, especially in rehearsal.
Oh, right, but I would have loved to have gone and seen this show.
Oh, it was in Niagara. Nobody wants to. I know. Maybe I'll submit that idea for the Fringe or something, because I bet people would go see that. Right? People would go see that.
Yeah.
So I bet that's about it. I was also raised Catholic, so other than that, nothing. I just read the Bible and kept my legs closed.
Yep.
That's it.
Your only close communication with a man was when you received the piece of bread from Jesus.
That's right.
What? A lot more talk about Catholicism than I was expecting.
We have two French Canadians on here.
Yeah.
I think that's
Paul, have you heard the good word of the Lord?
Oh no!
It's Conversion Cast.
That's what I am on today.
I've led them into my den of sin.
Maybe that's why we're so drawn to it now, though.
Yeah. Je m'appelle Jesus. Did I cross the lines there, guys? Am I in?
This show's plenty blasphemous enough as it is. But the good news is that the doors to the Coctagon are open to everyone. All are welcome.
If it's a nice big Coctagon, then I think we're all willing to jump on board. No?
There's enough room for everyone.
Yes.
Whoa.
Let's get back onto track. And let's hear our first story. I think it's time.
Woo.
And that first story today is going to be presented to us by Korri Birch.
Yeah, great. I mean, we were talking about some wet before, but get ready to dry up, because this story is real dry. It's called Once Upon an Ogre Love Rap Battle.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
So that's the past, right? Okay.
Tell me more.
So it's
I knew it was going to be Shrek, and I'm so glad to not be disappointed.
okay, so it starts once upon a time in a swamp. Shrek. Nice and quiet with my family. Good morning, family. Fiona. Morning to you. Loud hip-hop music playing. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, sup? Shrek. What the hell? You heard loud rap music? That makes me want to do sex. Loins quivering. Shrek. Oh, yeah, darling. I let them know if they turn it down for real. Hey, dude. Oh, snap. What's up, Shrek?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I hate to stop you, but I have no idea what's happening.
That's how it's written. That's how it's written.
It's written like a script. I got it.
Yeah. Donkey.
Who is talking?
That was
Donkey.
Donkey.
Okay, I'll say the names before every line.
I'm assuming that Shrek is talking, but for some reason in the voice of the Clav Kalash salesman from that one episode of The Simpsons.
That's correct.
Kalash?
That's my, more Kalash. Okay, Donkey. Oh, snap. What's up, Shrek? Shrek. Oh, boy. What's up, bro? I was just practicing for a rap battle tonight. You? Please? You cannot rap? I never heard you rap before.
Oh, now he's for sure Russian. Yeah.
Puss in Boots. Oh, please, I will win the rap battle. Donkey. No, I'm gonna win the rap battle. No, I'm gonna win the rap battle. No, you can't rap. You will see in the rap battle, jackass. Whoa. Don't fight in my swamp. It doesn't matter who might win the rap battle. I want you two to get along. No fighting. See you in the rap battle. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Are you ready for a rap battle?
Wait, did they move? Are they in a different place now?
Nope.
No, they're still in
There's no cuts or anything. Just I'm a little bit nervous. I could rap, but I don't rap, not as much. Fiona, loins quavering.
Oh.
Donkey, for real? Can I hear your raps? Later, because I got so much things to do now. See you in the rap battle. Okay. Meanwhile.
Okay.
Announcer.
Okay, meanwhile.
The announcer. That's how it's spelled.
All right.
So, what's up? Welcome to the rap battle. You will see everyone rap tonight, and they got good rapping skills, yo. We got Donkey, Puss in Boots, and more are ready to rap right now.
Hang on, did Korri write this, or is this found?
This is found.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't had a brain injury.
Okay.
I usually write coherent sentences.
This
I'm
feels
sorry.
more like one of those Brazilian knockoffs of movies like Ratatouille or Ratatouille.
Yes.
This is like the Russian knockoff of Shrek.
Yes.
There's also there's a Ratatouille musical, but we'll get into that later.
Oh man.
Okay.
Loins. More loins.
First up, Donkey versus Puss in Boots. Begin to rap! Hip-hop music plays. Puss in Boots, in quotations, rapping. Fiesta. Yes, I said fiesta. It means party. Are you dumb? Tommy, you better take a hike and ride a bike to the mountain because I will diss you on the song till the DJ drops the bass. You've been lazy or doing nothing, but you need to get a real job. What? If the rat starts dissing the wrong cat, the cat would diss you back.
What?
Fiona, loins quavering. Announcer.
Wavering again.
Announcer. Oh, wow. That was heat, and that was awesome.
Oh, I get it. Because Puss in Boots is a cat. I get it.
Thanks for rapping. We got is Donkey.
Thanks for rapping.
Thanks for rapping.
And we got is Donkey to rap next right now.
Yes.
Yo, DJ, turn the music back up.
Question mark?
Yeah, Donkey rapping. Yo, all my gang, please stand up. Put your hands up. Like you don't give a what. And so I've been rapping since forever, but I sing more often. Why you always spit your hairball? You got something in your throat? I just want to make noise and annoy us with stupid stuff. Forget you. I can rap. I can trap. I can rap and trap all night. I'm not a jackass. I'm a donkey with a rapping machine. Haven't you seen a donkey can rap? Yo? Fiona. Loins quivering.
Oh, they're
This-
quivering that time.
Yeah.
This is a translation. This has to be a translation.
The announcer. Oh, that was awesome. That was heat.
Yes.
We can't believe that he went hard on the song. I gonna say, it's a tie. It's a tie? What? It's a tie. A tie? No. Oh, hell no. I think I won the rap battle. No, I won the rap battle. Well, it's a tie, but I will let someone rap on the last round of the battle, and then I will announce a winner. Anyone rapping?
I don't understand why we need another rapper, or he's asking the same two to go again.
I will remind you, I did not write that.
Maybe the other two can.
I'll again read what he said.
Yeah.
I will let someone rap on the last round of the rap battle, and then I will announce the winner. Anyone rapping?
Well,
So he's asking the audience, anyone want to rap?
Yeah.
Is
Is
anybody else?
anybody currently rapping?
And is anyone rapping? Fiona, hey, I think you could rap, honey. And if you do, maybe we'll do sex?
Oh, is there a question mark there too?
Yes.
Nice.
Shrek. Nah, babe, I haven't rapped, not as much. Come on. You would beat them at rap battle. Shrek. All. Shrek. Period.
This is
Shrek,
everybody.
Shrek.
Is this
Everybody's cheering for
they're
Shrek.
cheering for him
This is
right
all. This is all.
now. Okay.
But it's written, not well. There's periods and commas everywhere. All right. I will rap right now if you won't shut up. Announcer. I guess we found one rapper is Shrek. Will rap on the last round of the rap battle.
Oh, so this is the last round now already.
Come on.
It's only
Shrek.
been one round.
Hang
How
on, I
does
think,
it help with the tie?
Yeah.
Hip-hop music plays.
Oh, good.
Shrek. Okay, all right, DJ. Turn on the beat, turn it up. Now, rapping. Yo, what's up? My name is Shrek. I'm from a swamp. I rapping since I don't know why I always rapping, and no one can beat me at the rap battle. I bet anyone say the ogre could not rap fire. That was heat, yo. My bars is flowing right now. I love my family. But you can call me the boss, yo. Turning up the bass. If you want to win first place, I want a rematch and the game is still on. Bringing your fame and there ain't no I in team. If
Is
the DJ
he
says
having a stroke at that point?
yeah, I think so. If the DJ say the ogre cannot rap, period. Guess what, yo? Shrek is on the track, fool. Fiona.
Oh.
Loins quavering.
Ah.
Announcer. Guess we found a winner. The winner is Shrek the Rapper.
Yay.
What? I can't believe I won. Hey, Donkey, guess what? What is it? It's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to win. Well, no, I am the winner now. I am the champ. Fiona, let's go home. She winks. Meanwhile, at the swamp.
Oh no.
Fiona moaned as Shrek kissed his way down her neck.
I'm sorry, that's meanwhile?
Yeah, that was a meanwhile.
There's another track.
I mean, again. Shifting her position a bit so that she could free her legs, she reached up to his hips and pulled him closer so she could press herself against him properly.
Oh, well.
His hips were rocking against her. Fiona giggled. Oh, Shrek, she moaned. It felt good to have Shrek rubbing against her core.
Oh. See, now we're into like the classic fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could feel the organism very close. She
Yeah.
began to move faster and faster against him. Shrek panted and gasped as he felt his own release coming closer, and then a sudden loud noise made them stop. Shrek collapsed on top of Fiona, exhausted.
Oh.
What was that? said Fiona. As if in answer to her question, an ill-smelling odor filled the air.
Oh boy.
Shrek and Fiona stared at each other for a moment. Then Fiona chuckled. Shrek, you didn't fart, did you? She asked. Shrek blushed a deep emerald and smiled awkwardly. It was enough for Fiona to know the truth. Dance music plays as fairy tale creatures enter. Donkey. My name is Donkey and I'm here to say, Shrek, get out of my swamp! The end.
I gotta tell you, my loins are quavering after that one.
Wait, are they quivering or quavering? There's the...
Definitely quavering.
Okay. Good to know.
Corey, that was heat. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
I'm speechless. Just
Yeah.
That was written by a child, right?
A child that was recently hit in the head with a paint can, a la
Home Alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Maybe...
boy.
Wow.
It was something, and that rap did not rhyme. I'm not a rapper, but
Well, neither is Shrek.
yeah, that's exactly.
How can you say that? Shrek has won a rap competition.
I suppose he's done more than I have as a rapper, so I should give him that.
I think you did justice, though. I mean, you really got the soul out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the climax of the scene was overshadowed by a huge, disgusting fart. Is it what was that?
But isn't that the essence of Shrek?
I think it's very true to the spirit of Shrek.
Yeah, that's on brand, I would say.
Okay, all right. I'll take my comment back. It just wasn't sexy for me, but that's okay.
Hey, I mean, some people find that very erotic.
I'm familiar with Brazilian fart porn, Corey. Thank you.
Okay. Well, if you could, I haven't been able to find it online. If you could send me some,
I'll send you some downloads I have.
Okay, some Napster file.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, you got it.
Oh,
That
that
was a boner challenge.
Motor challenge.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna move on from that because I mean, what else is there to say?
Oh man,
it might be the worst story we've ever had on the podcast.
Oh, you won already, Corey.
People will stop listening after the first rap.
Oh boy.
Well, it's just a poor little kid who likes raps and Shrek so much and doesn't understand sex.
Yeah, that's so wrong.
Maybe you grew up Catholic like us.
Oh, I feel like even as a Catholic, that would have been. Like we knew what it was, we just didn't know. You know, we just knew we weren't allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's time for our first bonus game or boners game, depending on who you ask. This is a game that is called Ruined by Praise, making a long overdue return. How it works, I'm going to read an excerpt of a review that was sourced from fanfiction.net via the Twitter account at fanfiction_txt. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to leave out some blanks, and I would like you to try and fill in the blanks. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah. Are you going to tell us, like, who's going to fill it in, or are we all going to jump on filling it in as quickly as we can?
Yeah, everybody's going to take a pass at it. Everybody's going to make their best guess, and whoever's closest to what the real answer is will earn a bonus points.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Or a boner point, if you will.
Yes. Boner points.
Or boner point.
Do we get extra boner points if we have a boner while saying the answer?
No.
I'm asking for a friend.
No. Yeah.
Tell your friend that the answer is no.
I have a huge boner right now.
Yeah. We know, Brie. We could see it from here.
For miles around.
All right. So just a reminder, these are all real reviews on fanfiction.net. The first excerpt reads, in all caps, Sonic is not blank. He is blank.
Okay, so we each person has to guess?
Yeah. What do you think those blanks are?
I'm going to say circumcised is the first, and then uncircumcised is the second.
Sonic is not circumcised; he's uncircumcised.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I think that's true. To be honest,
it could be.
Let's go with Sonic is not a twink. He is a bear.
Oh,
I think
Okay.
I think so. I like you just have a feeling that, Sonic wouldn't be a bottom,
yeah,
It's too
he's
fast.
a power top for sure.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Moves around too much, you know?
You can't sit still, no.
Tough to pin down. Brie, do you have a suggestion what those blanks could be?
Yeah, I feel like whoever wrote this was probably a big homophobe. So they're proclaiming, because that's what I get in the sense of the all caps. So they're proclaiming that Sonic is not gay, he's straight.
So it's not any of the answers that you provided.
Fuck.
The actual excerpt reads, in all caps, Sonic is not American. He is Japanese.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I feel like that was you baited us with this podcast and what it's all about.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be sexy. I thought it was going to be a sex thing.
It's a classic master bait and switch.
Heyo.
It's a misdirection, but miserection.
Yeah, okay, we got it.
Well, let's see what you think about this second excerpt that I brought. The excerpt reads, also, scientifically speaking, no one can orgasm that many times and successfully blank. So what do we think, scientifically speaking, nobody could?
Oh, boy.
Nobody could do.
Nobody can scientifically orgasm that much and go to work.
Successfully go to work.
It's true.
Yeah. Nobody can scientifically orgasm that much and press tofu.
Oh, that was close to what I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say something pretty similar, but that was like nobody could scientifically orgasm that much and make breakfast. So, two food-related ones.
Sometimes making breakfast could be a euphemism for sex, though.
Yeah, well, you can't orgasm that much and then have sex again, right?
And then have breakfast. Like, you just get up in the morning. You can't just think about, okay, I've orgasmed 8 times. I'm exhausted. I want some eggs.
Also, maybe how about, can I change mine to make a grilled cheese?
Ooh. A little more specific.
Yeah, well, ours are very specific, and I don't think that's what this is all about. Actually, no, Emily, you had a reasonable answer.
Emily's was just go to work.
Yeah, it's true.
Can't even do that much. So the excerpt actually reads, also, scientifically speaking, no one can orgasm that many times and successfully dump a load in someone's mouth. That's preposterous.
What?
Okay, so this is where the sex part of the podcast comes in. Okay, I get it.
Well, where were they dumping the other loads?
Well, I mean, I was about to say that's the $1 million question, but
it's million load question.
The question was just, what's the missing word here?
That's true.
Where is the place that people should be dropping these loads? That's the real question for America at large.
You think if we maybe we could ship our loads somewhere and somebody will pay for them like they do recycling? No?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I've got one more excerpt for this game.
Right.
And this one is also in all caps, which is great.
Oh, yelling.
This excerpt reads, attention, everyone reading this. I just want to say that I was in a very bad mood when I wrote that last review. I nearly got scammed out of a lot of money, and I nearly blank. So what do we think was the other thing this person nearly did?
I nearly murdered myself. I nearly myself or the scammer. I nearly found where the scammer lived and murdered him and his entire family.
All right.
I nearly told my mom that I was reading fan fiction.
Ooh.
Oh, very on brand for the show.
Mm.
My dad does actually listen to the show.
Oh,
Isn't it nice to have parental support?
Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
nice. Hello, Paul's dad.
Hi,
Hi,
Paula.
Dad.
Love you.
Polly's dad has got it going on. Now back to Sonic circumcision.
Yes.
Yes.
No, wait. What was the prompt?
I just want to say that I was in a very bad mood when I wrote that last review. I nearly got scammed out of a lot of money, and I nearly blank.
Married that sex doll is my guess.
I don't think anybody's going to get a point on this one either.
Oh,
Uh,
no. Come on.
The full excerpt reads, "Attention everyone reading this. I just want to say that I was in a very bad mood when I wrote that last review. I nearly got scammed out of a lot of money and nearly dislocated my arm carrying a faulty shopping cart back from Walmart."
What?
What?
These reviews are really like, some of them are super cum heavy, and then some of them just no cum at all. So
Yeah,
How are you supposed to know? How are you
That's-
supposed to know?
familiarity with the product.
It's true. If only I was more familiar with fan fiction reviews.
These games are supposed to test.
It's true. It's true. You know what? I'm comfortable failing at them, though.
Well, what I can say is that in our second ever edition of Ruined by Praise, and possibly the last one, nobody got any points.
oh no,
Complete watch.
I thought he would have, if anything, he would have dislocated his shoulder from jerking it too much, you know?
yeah, that's on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have said that. But you
Shopping
didn't.
cart.
Yeah, we did. Bree, Emily, we gotta bring it this time, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Next-
All right.
Boner challenge. We gotta go hard.
Yes, there's one more bonus game later on in
boner
the,
game.
in the show.
Call it what it is.
Oh no.
Boner game.
Boner game.
I feel like a powerless substitute teacher.
I bet there's some fanfic about that.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's definitely a kink for some people. not me, but others.
If that's the case, I am definitely in my element. In 7th grade, one of our teachers went on maternity leave. We went through 4 substitutes. They couldn't handle us.
We fucked each and every one.
Oh no.
All 30
Seventh grade.
Oh god. Oh god. I don't even want to finish that sentence.
Well, instead of finishing that sentence, how about you tell us a different story? Because our second story of the episode is going to be presented to us by Emilie Overton.
Hopefully, it makes more sense.
I won't.
Okay.
But I need to give a bit of backstory on it because after much consideration, I decided to find again and read excerpts of a fan fiction that I had actually written when I was 17.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. This is
So excited.
exciting.
I see.
This is not an ironic fan fiction of like I am trying to be bad. This is me attempting to write and then
Oh my
realizing at age 18 I'm not good at this kind of writing.
I am so excited for this.
Okay, so also a bit of backstory of what the subject is and my mindset. I did mention that I grew up in the French Catholic school system, that even though I didn't believe in the stuff, those good old Christian values were still with me.
Oh yes. Yes.
So like I said, there's no mention of God or Jesus, but you'll understand. And the reason why I wrote this fan fiction was because I had just gotten into Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And
A good Catholic show.
Yeah.
oh yes. And in season 3, they introduced a character who I had a crush on.
Of course.
His name was Jojen Reed. He was played by Thomas Brody Sangster, in which I realize now that if I would ever act alongside him, I will never be able to look at him in the eye. But this
We love
is-
So just look at him in the dick instead.
Yeah, look at his Jojen.
so there was no Jojen Reed / original female character fanfiction on fanfiction.net. So I wrote the first one.
Oh, this guy. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah. So
Bree just looked
Yeah, I know.
Guy with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's a choice. That's a choice of type.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
So the fan fiction is called The Girl with the Packages.
Yeah.
My original character was called Greta Waters. She was a messenger in Westeros, and she happened to come across Bran and his group trying to get to the wall. Now, one of the excerpts I'm going to be telling you is during one of the nights after Jojen and Greta get acquainted. And this is the second time they ever speak to each other. So, before he stands up to return to his spot, Jojen takes Greta's hand and gives it a polite kiss on the back of it.
Aww.
Have a good sleep, Greta, he says. You too, Jojen, she replies, smiling towards him. He returns and wraps his leg around his blanket to fall asleep. What Greta didn't know was that Jojen had felt a slight bit of adrenaline from giving that kiss. He normally does kiss noble ladies when he meets them, but it's merely to be polite. With Greta, however, he felt more than having to be polite. He felt like it meant more to him than politeness. It takes him a while to mentally calm himself down before falling into a deep sleep. At the same time, Greta looked down at her hand, surprised at the kiss. She felt like her cheeks were on fire from blushing and desires to touch her hand to feel the place where he kissed it. She covers herself with the blanket and closes her eyes. She feels her hand under the blanket and feels the back of her hand. Nothing dramatic happened to her hand, but for her it felt oddly different. She grinned ear to ear from happiness before falling asleep.
Aw.
So that's one of the excerpts of what I had written.
Aww, that's so sweet.
Very sweet.
But it gets a tad bit more juicier. Not like what act was juicier, but
Are we getting a bucket out or what? Is that what's happening?
Korri.
How juicy.
maybe a wipe of bounty.
The quicker picker upper.
Exactly. Nothing like a bucket, just something to pick it up. So, in this part, what happens is we actually learn that Greta is not only a bastard, but she was a bastard who had spent a part of her childhood in Peter Baelish's brothel. That she didn't want to be a prostitute, so she became a messenger. You know, like all women had the rights to in Westeros. So, she had just told him her life story. He's fascinated by it. So the two stood up, wiped the dirt from them, and began walking back. Before they reached the fire, Jojen stopped and grabbed her elbow. Wait, he said.
Ooh.
He leads them behind a nearby tree. Greta doesn't feel in danger, but she has a feeling what's going on. When her back touches the tree, Jojen moves his hand from her elbow to on her shoulder and one on her waist. Greta places her hands on his shoulders and waits for the inevitable. He leans in and places his lips onto hers. It was a closed-mouthed kiss, but it held love.
Closed mouth.
Those closed mouth kisses.
Yes, but it felt the love and passion Jojen felt for Greta, and it felt wonderful to her. Jojen held her tighter around her waist so she'd be closer, and Greta moved her right hand to his hair, grasping a few hairs from the back of his head. With their eyes closed, their lips moved between one another, and they didn't want to stop. But Jojen had to break it because he knew he'd have to breathe sooner or later. When Greta felt the absence of Jojen's lips, she slipped a very soft moan from her own. Jojen smiled at the sound, knowing she liked it as much, if not more, than he did. He then held her face in his hands where he kissed her forehead, took her hand, and headed back to the campfire. Greta couldn't stop blushing that night. So, not WAP level, but
Oh, that's it. That's how it ends. It ends with her blushing. Oh.
Yes, I do have one last part.
Ooh.
Yes.
What happens with Jojen?
So this is the last thing I had ever written, even actually recently in the past couple months. I had actually gotten some people asking me when the next chapter's coming.
Oh.
Even though the last chapter was written in 2013.
Well, you kept them waiting, bated breath.
I know.
Wait, where did you post this?
Fanfiction.net.
Oh, yeah.
Fanfiction.net. The Girl with the Packages by Greta Waters 284AL.
Is
That-
this a sponsor? Is this a sponsored ad, Paul?
Well, so,
No, that was her character's name and her date of birth because AL was Aegon's Landing. I did my research when I was 17.
Wow. You nerded out hard.
Oh, I did. All right. So this is the last one. This is, like I said, this is not bucket, but maybe a mop. Okay. I want to go with you, but I don't want what happened to Osha be repeated. I also don't want you to go, but I don't want to control your actions, she whispered, almost tearing up. But she didn't allow her to do that again. She wanted to be strong in front of him. Jojen leaned forward and pressed his lips on hers. The kiss started like the first one, but then Greta felt his tongue on her lips. She opened her mouth, allowing him entrance.
Yeah, girl. Let that tongue in.
Their tongues didn't dance or fight for dominance. They simply moved slowly between one another, almost molding together. Jojen's hands moved from her face to her tiny waist, pulling her so she'd straddle his lap. Greta happily obliged. They stayed in that position for over 5 minutes and made themselves stop. Of course, they didn't want to stop, but they had the danger of being caught by the others. But also, they knew if they didn't stop now, they would never stop. Still straddling his lap, Greta put her forehead on top of his while they caught breath. Please stay with us. With me, he said with a pant in his voice, still trying to catch his breath. And what will I do if I come? She asked, still unsure of his request and her feelings. You can help us. And you can be with me, he said silently. But you're the heir to a lordship. You should want prim, proper girls who are born and raised to be the wives of princes and lords, not some silly whore's butt, but I don't want any of those girls. I want you. I understand that if all this madness ends and we're all at peace once again, I will be expected to marry one of those girls. But if we are still together by then, I will fight for you because you are worth all those girls combined. Get ready for this.
Ooh.
You are intelligent, confident, kind, caring, honest, trustworthy, down to earth, beautiful, and so many other qualities that would take all night to say. And I love everything about you. I love you, and I am asking you. Please come with me, and I promise we'll be together, he said, never taking his eyes off hers, hoping that she'll truly see what he is trying to tell her. Greta kissed him once more out of sheer happiness. She felt that she could jump over the moon. He loves me, she thought over and over, almost not believing that those words came out of his mouth. She broke the kiss and looked at him with a grin on her face. She knew her feelings right there and then. I love you as well, she replied. And you will come? He asked. She nodded. He grinned just as much as she was, and they kissed once more. And that was the end of the last chapter I have ever written of that fan fiction.
The saga. Ooh.
You've been wanting more.
Right. So when did you write this last one?
I was about 17. I was
Okay.
a couple months short of turning 18.
Okay. And then when you started it, how old were you the first time?
17 too. It
Okay,
was
so it was
3
all
months.
in your 17th year.
Yes.
I love it.
It was a bit of a phase. I remember telling my mom, but not in detail, what the fan fiction was. She was just really happy that people were responding to this fan fiction.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, do you actually want to hear a couple of reviews?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
We need to.
Okay. I love how when you wrote Jojen's dialogue and it sounds exactly like him. I want to thank you so much. From the first time I saw Jojen, I've been waiting for a Jojen / original character story. I hope people will start making more. I love the actor playing him. This is wonderful, by the way.
Oh, these are very nice compliments.
This is not what you hear about the internet being.
No, this is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I also got one that said, "Aw, the story is so good, and Joja and Greta are so cute together."
Aw. Yeah. Aw.
Ring ring HBO. We got a spinoff.
I got you a rewrite for the final season.
Would it shock anyone at this point to know that I have never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones?
Me neither.
Oh yeah. Right? It was a big thing, and it was like, by the time it became more like aware and present in my life, I was like, I've already missed too much of it,
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck's a Jojen?
Everybody's talking about him. I keep hearing so much about this Jojen.
Who's this Jojen guy? Like, I get it. Like, I get the obsession, because Harry
He was
Potter, Lord of
cute.
the
He was
Rings.
in my age range. Come on.
Look at that! Look at that! He was attainable.
I thought that
Exactly.
Jojen was the finisher of Ryu and Ken in Street Fighter. Jojen! That'd be funny for 3 people over the age of 80 like me. The big crossover.
I was about to say, yeah, that was one of my regrets, but also I'm glad that it's no longer a regret, that I'm able to share it in this format.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did, because I'll say for Brie and Korri's benefit, Emily did tell me about this story that she had written a couple of years ago.
Amazing.
And she mentioned just that it was about Jojen Reed, and within about 90 seconds, I was able to find it online.
Because there are so few people written about. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I was able to find it, and I started reading it just out loud, and
In the middle of the Starbucks.
It's so sweet.
yeah, just in the middle of Starbucks, and she
He immediately got a boner.
Oh, yeah.
and we were all asked to leave.
And that's why Paul started this whole show.
Oh man, what a cute story. I am like, my heart is like so melted by little Emily just being so innocent, and their tongues are, melding together. Oh, come on.
Not a lot of rapping for my but I will say I love the distinction between open mouth and closed mouth kissing.
Yeah, that's a big distinction.
It's a big deal.
That's a Christian value there.
Also, though, I think after a while, Brie, I think you may also be able to speak to this. After a while, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, those open mouth kisses, it's not a thing anymore.
Oh, well, personally, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes the open mouth kisses still happen, and I'm like, oh, coffee breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
And sometimes you have to learn the hard way that not everyone wants an open mouth kiss like you do.
That's true. That's true.
They have to be allowed entry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
You must
Found in that story.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so like there's so many. It's so like just about kissing, but not. You know what I mean? It's like if you could be talking about peen entering vagine. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the essence of it. Just like all of this, will you come with me kind of stuff. It's like, oh, she means so much more, but she's managed to keep it so,
I made this character grow up amongst prostitutes, and yet she is so innocent.
So innocent.
Yeah, not a single quavering loin in that story.
That's
but I mean,
true. I did.
It was understated. I think.
Yeah. There were quavering tongues, maybe, but
Yes.
yeah.
I will admit, I still remember to this day, but I do remember I did have a plan for her story afterwards. Maybe I'll continue the story just for this sake.
Yeah, like once they get married, of course.
In my mind, because Jojen literally dies the next season. Spoiler alert.
Shit.
What? We were about to binge it all.
Ah, damn it! I was gonna start a podcast about binging.
So I was gonna make them married in this weird dream magic thing. Game of Thrones fans would understand it. But then she would have an unrequited love for Jon Snow somehow.
Right, because he's a beefcake, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Fuck, of course, you idiot. He's made of pure beef.
But I'll leave it at that. That I did have an end game for her, but
You can make them have a threesome.
well, he'd be dead, so it'd have to be a dream threesome. I mean, I can make it work.
Or they can fuck his bones.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, man. These are all great ideas.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Thank you for your story.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, because we have people bring stories they've written themselves, but usually almost exclusively just for the express purpose of this podcast or the live show, and to bring something that you wrote when you were 17 and just presented in this forum. Thank you for sharing that with us.
So sweet. So good.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. Is that Creed, I think? We're going off the rails, Paul. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. We're going to move on to our second
arms
game.
Wide open?
That's the one, Brie.
There it is. There's the Creed reference. Our second game is my favorite game to play on the show. It's called Fill That Gap. It works much in the same way that the first game did. Only instead of being an excerpt from a review about a story, these are all excerpts from actual stories that were found on fanfiction.net. I'm still going to say blank, and you're still going to take a crack at completing the excerpt. So our first excerpt is from a Kim Possible fanfiction.
Oh.
We love to hear it.
It is senior year of high school for Kim, Ron, and Monique. Ron is no longer Kim's boyfriend. She broke up with him after she discovered that blank.
Ooh, he put his naked mole rat up his butt.
No, not Rufus.
Yeah.
Ooh, after she discovered that she was in love with Monique.
Okay.
After she discovered that he had erectile dysfunction.
Man. All right. So even, Korri had the naked mole rat reference in there, which shows his familiarity with the show. But I'm going to give a point to Brie, and I'm going to give a point to Emilie as well. And I'll tell you why once I've read the excerpt.
Come on.
So the full excerpt is, it is senior year of high school for Kim, Ron, and Monique. Ron is no longer Kim's boyfriend. She broke up with him after she discovered that he stink at fucking her pussy.
Jesus Christ.
Stop giving a point to Brie for the erectile dysfunction thing, because that would make it difficult.
Yeah, that's why he stink.
That's why he stink at fucking her pussy. But I'm also going to give a point to Emilie because that's exactly where the story goes, is that him and Monique get together.
Okay, because I actually watched Kim Possible growing up, so come on, there was some unresolved sexual tension between Kim and Monique. Also, Monique was voiced by Raven Simone, so come on.
There you go.
Call me, beat me if you want to put your naked mole rat in my beep beep. Did I get anything right?
Nope.
No.
Doesn't look like it.
Wait, Paul, I have to ask for these boner challenges. Can you take points away from people, like into the negatives?
No. I've never done it in the past.
Okay, so
we'll see.
I'll try to avoid that.
We have our second excerpt, which reads, Ron was well built around his tall frame. The last 2 years he had spent on the Quidditch team had helped to blank.
I'm sorry, this is Harry Potter fanfic?
Yeah, because there's a Ron Stoppable and Kim Possible, so I
Yeah.
was thinking Ron Stoppable.
No, but this is Ron, right? Because he's playing Quidditch. Okay.
Quidditch,
sorry.
yeah.
Can you reread, please?
Yeah, can you take it again?
Absolutely.
I have to imagine this.
Ron was well built around his tall frame. The last 2 years he had spent on the Quidditch team had helped to blank.
Squelch the puss.
Had helped to, I'm just going to write that down. That was your answer. Squelch the puss.
To enlarge his girth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to say something to build up his back and thighs.
Oh, yeah. That's logical, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just
all right, yeah.
imagining sexy Ron Weasley.
Yeah, I think Bree's going to get the point
Yes!
on this one. No mention of his girth specifically,
Okay.
unfortunately, firmly, but the full excerpt does read, Ron was well built around his tall frame. The last 2 years he had spent on the Quidditch team had helped to develop what muscles he already had into those of a god.
Oh!
Wow.
Yes.
Who is Ron matched with in this fanfiction?
If anybody wants to guess for a bonus point.
Hermione.
Harry.
Wait a minute. Yeah,
I'm-
actually, it's probably Harry.
I'm gonna say Hagrid.
Can I change my mind?
Dumbledore. Oh.
I want to go with Draco Malfoy. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that
I'm,
would be hot.
I'm sorry, you're all wrong. It's
Oh.
Neville Longbottom.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. He's a long bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But did you guys see pictures? Neville got hot.
He
He was
long
never not hot. He was never not hot, okay?
That's fair. That's, completely fair.
He was the Jojen of that show.
him with Trevor, that toad.
Yeah. But yeah, let's not discount the Toad's sex appeal either, guys.
That's true.
They're almost as sexy as that naked mole rat we were talking about earlier.
Guys, I gotta look this mole rat up.
While you're doing that, I've got one more excerpt.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is a fanfic specifically about the game Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay, yep, I'm there.
Rosalina kept crying, not being able to stop blank.
Dripping fluids from my puss.
Come on!
Touching her in her innermost core.
Here we go!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I was gonna mention something about fireballs at first, but
I don't think anybody's going to get the point on this one. It was Rosalina kept crying, not being able to stop pooping and farting loudly.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, maybe fireballs would have been close.
Maybe.
The vagina is just right around her asshole. Come on. It's close.
Geographically speaking.
I mean, the core could be her rectum.
You've read enough fanfiction to know that the core is never the rectum, Emily.
Hey, I mean, Shrek was being rubbed against his core earlier, and that was nowhere near his rectum. And it nearly killed him. Okay. I'll leave.
Oh, Shrek.
All right. So coming out of this game, Emily got a point, but Brie got 2 points.
Yes.
So Brie is going to take our second bonus game.
Powder game.
I'm sorry. All right. So now that we have had somebody win one of our games, is that person going to be able to lock up the victory here? Because we've got one last story, and that story is going to be brought to us by Brie Watson.
Huzzah!
Woo!
This is based in the Star Trek Voyager realm. Just want to
Beautiful.
mention that I don't own any of these characters. And it's also, if we talk about past, it was an episode that happened, and I wanted to go back and reimagine a better way for the episode to go.
Oh.
Okay. So it's like I wasn't satisfied with how. So this is just the episode starts the same, but it goes in a different direction. What do we think? Are we ready?
Very.
Here we go.
Ready, Freddy?
Yeah.
As the USS Voyager enters an unfamiliar nebula, and in the Delta Quadrant, most of them are, the crew begins to suffer from intense pain. One crew member dies from burns on his skin. Only 7 of 9, the former Borg, now separated from the collective and asserting her newfound individuality, is unaffected. Realizing the crew cannot withstand the radiation emanating from the nebula for the entire month it would take to cross, the Doctor, a holographic projection, proposes placing the crew, save for himself and 7, in stasis, allowing them to cross the nebula safely. Captain Janeway agrees, and soon the crew is safely stowed into stasis chambers. 7 adopts a daily cycle to assure the ship maintains its course and the crew remains healthy while in stasis. At times dealing with Tom Paris's fear of small spaces and placing him back in stasis with the Doctor's help.
Places and places.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
The Doctor attempts to engage 7 in human activities, like a simulated party on the holodeck, but 7 continues to keep working during each of these attempts. 7, the amount you're working is unsustainable. You must include some time in your daily schedule, ordered the Doctor. Downtime? Asked 7. Yes, time to relax, inactive time, a little R&R, if you will. 7 raised her Borg implant eyebrow in confusion. That means rest and relaxation, 7, snapped the Doctor. I am not due to return to my regeneration alcove for another 12 hours, responded 7. Yes, but you don't have to be working constantly when you're not regenerating. With the crew locked away in stasis and a whole month on our hands, we're going to need to find some new ways to have a little fun, suggested the Doctor. Fun is irrelevant, retorted 7. As a holographic projection, I think you, of all people, would understand that. Ooh. I have been able to make some modifications to my program in an effort to become a more proficient medical practitioner. These modifications include a deeper understanding of human beings' search for pleasure as a system of reward, a way to de-stress, or just to pass the time. Pleasure is irrelevant, said 7. Well, that's what I thought at first, said the Doctor, but then I made a few discoveries. State the nature of these discoveries, 7 ordered. Oh, now she's curious, teased the Doctor. I do not have time for this. I must monitor the warp sustainer coils as part of my daily ship maintenance. 7 headed for the doors. No, wait. I'll get to the point. Here, hop up onto one of these biobeds and I'll show you my discovery, the Doctor pleaded. 7 was hesitant. With your permission, of course. Very well. 7 sat on the biobed. Now lie flat on your stomach. I will begin a procedure entitled massage.
Ooh.
Oh, I know where this is going. I've seen a few videos.
Computer, dim the lights and play music from 20th century Earth composer Marvin Gaye. 7 sat up and shot an annoyed look at the Doctor. Computer, belay that order. Stop the music, but keep the lights dim. 7 lay back down. The Doctor began massaging her neck and shoulders. 7, you're very tense. Let me apply some aromatherapy to this procedure. The Doctor walked over to the replicator and synthesized a vial of jasmine essential oil. He rubbed them on his strong, sure hands. He hesitated before turning back to 7. For him to apply the oil, he would have to ask her to remove her uniform. He feared this might put her back up. She might walk straight out of the room. His attempts at sex play would forever be condemned to the holodeck. He thought carefully about what he was going to say. He turned around. Now 7, He was caught completely off guard. Seven stood there completely naked. He took it all in. Her gorgeous, muscular yet feminine legs, her hips, sensual, the bedrock of life. Her petite waist, perfect skin leading up to her outstandingly large, perfectly round breasts. He didn't care that there was scarring from the nanoprobes that once defined her. She was perfection. He looked her straight in her big and beautiful blue eyes. Those lips that looked like they could... Doctor! She tilted her head, as though guiding him to come over and begin the massage. Yes, of course. Please, lay down. I prefer to stand, said Seven. Very well. The doctor stood behind Seven and reached up towards her shoulders and began massaging them. Suddenly, one of the additional features of his program kicked in. The code to his holographic bloodstream flooded straight to his holographic cock.
There it is.
Engorging it as it pressed up against Seven's perfect ass. Are you attempting the use of your medical tricorder, Doctor? The doctor couldn't believe it. He was actually blushing. Not exactly, he said. She turned towards him, and all her human instincts kicked in. She grabbed the doctor's hard throbber through his uniform.
The point.
The Borg nodes on her hand expelled and tickled his member as they rubbed up and down. She released her grasp, leaving the doctor stupefied. She ripped off his uniform, placed her hands on his chest, and crouched down all the way to his dick, which was big, hard, and delicious. Doctor, I'm impressed, said Seven. One of the perks of creating your own program, he winked with a coy smile. 7 of 9 sucked the doctor's piston with such proficiency. His head began to spin. Slow down, 7. This shouldn't just feel like another daily task. Elaborate, she said. The doctor led her to the biobed, laid her down, and began stroking his fingers along her lips and clit. What is the purpose of this? She asked. The doctor, determined, now focused all his attention on her clit, applying the perfect amount of pressure and precision. Seven's skin began to blush. I see, she said. You may proceed. The doctor stuck 2 fingers inside her, exploring the innermost pleasure of his first human sexual encounter. He listened to her every moan and made adjustments accordingly. 7 was writhing with pleasure, something she surely never experienced in her life as a drone. More, she shouted. The doctor released his hands. 7 sat up, dismounted the biobed, grabbed the doctor, threw him to the floor, and mounted his enormous pork sword.
Oh, that's a new one.
Trusting instinct, passion, and pleasure, the two spoke a language of precision and mastery. Mm-hmm. They calculated to the second the moment they would both climax, in unison, with a cry of passion that could be heard throughout the entire 9th deck, if anyone was out there to hear it, which they weren't. Or so they thought.
No!
In their huffing, sweat, and afterglow, they heard a creak. They grabbed their phasers and pointed them in the direction of the sound. It was Tom Paris. He'd woken up from stasis again.
Ah.
7 of 9 and the doctor walked up to him, both still completely nude. 7 ordered, "Lieutenant, you must return to your stasis chamber." Tom smirked. "Or what?" he asked, as he began rubbing his own crank. The doctor and Seven smiled at one another. They would be having a little more downtime than they originally thought. The end.
Aw.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Sword.
Yeah, how many do we have there? I counted at least 6, maybe 7.
Pork sword.
That's like the energy with which you use the phrase "his own crank."
Yeah.
Crank.
Yeah. The new meaning of Christmas with the Cranks.
Man, that was a fun writing exercise.
I'm glad you shared it.
Yeah, truly. And you wrote that also when you were 17, Brie? Is that...
I knew a lot of things when I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah, it was short.
About biobeds.
And regeneration alcoves.
Yes.
Stasis and places and spaces.
You did your research?
I just watched this episode not too long ago, and I was kind of like, wouldn't it be better if they fucked? They just go about their business for a whole month, and they're just like, ugh, this is horrible. I'm like, guys, if you just fucked, time would go by so much faster. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it reminds me of one of my favorite episodes of television ever. Is that one episode from the original series where Spock is so horny he has to fuck now or he's gonna die.
It's the Pond Far, man. It's no joke. It's no joke.
Oh gosh, thank you so much for that story. That was great.
Thank you. This was such a treat. I'm so happy to get to share this.
A modern day Shakespeare, I'd say.
Yeah, but only when it comes to Star Trek characters fucking.
The bard of Star Trek characters fucking.
It's a niche well represented, and they need a luminary like you.
Well, I was reading, so I was like, maybe I'll just read one, and they were either like not enough or way too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna write one for me.
Yeah, that's always the best option. If you can't find exactly what you're looking for, just make it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we've heard all of our stories. We've played all of our games. The only thing that's left to do is to choose a winner. So we're going to go around the circle, and we're each going to say who we think deserves the win this week. And we'll start with Korri. Who do you think is this week's winner?
Who do I think is the winner?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to vote for yourself?
If you really want, I did have one episode where that happened. Everybody voted for themselves, and then we just kept discussing it for another 25 minutes until one of our readers, Arbit, just declared himself the winner, and we left him at that.
Well, that's good news because I'm going to vote for Brie.
Aww.
Yeah.
Now who's doing the master bait and switch?
This whole time, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, that was such a fun story, Brie. So silly.
Oh man, I wanted that to happen for real. People don't look at the doctor like a sexual object just because he's bald, and I think that's wrong.
Just because he's bald, it's not because he's a computer program?
Whatever, like you wouldn't fuck a computer program if it was hot enough.
Hey,
who hasn't in 2020? Come on.
I've been stuck inside for 10 months. Don't test me.
This is an episode of Black Mirror, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that show.
Emily, who do you think was this week's winner?
Okay, as much as I would... Okay, so Brie, funny story, my boyfriend likes to watch Star Trek Voyager on our TV, and even though I will never be able to glance on that show probably forever without having that image of the doctor.
Or maybe read it to him.
Fucking. I will say I do love the execution of Korri's. I'm sorry I'm betraying you, Brie, but Korri, you had a wonderful execution on such a strange story. Just out of that, I have to give that to you.
My jaw is on the floor.
Mine too. I mean, yeah, that child was hitting the head with a brick moments before he put the pen to pad, I think. But yeah, thank you.
Brie, how about you? Who do you think is this week's winner?
I mean, the problem is that I thought I would, I didn't think it would come down to being a tiebreaker because I was going to give my vote to Emilie, who had taken this story from her real life past. She opened up some true vulnerability. Not
that wasn't a real life. That didn't really happen to her.
What?
I was raised by prostitutes.
What? Huh? Excuse me. What I'm saying is that in her real life, she wrote this story, and not as a for a piece of comedy for a show. You know what I mean? This is like true 17-year-old Emilie being vulnerable on a podcast, but then she picked Korri.
I was vulnerable, okay.
What are you thinking? What are you going to do?
I'm going to vote for myself, for crying out. There's no way I'm giving that Shrek story.
The lines were quavering, Brie.
Yeah, even considering, he couldn't even settle, the writer couldn't even settle on quivering or quavering, pick one and stay with it. That's what I say.
Oh boy. All right. Brie has voted for herself. For what it's worth, I am going to give my vote to Emilie for the reasons that Brie had already outlined.
Oh,
Emilie, you could have won if you hadn't voted for Korri.
I'm sorry.
This is my fault. This is not my fault.
I think that still brings the vote count to 1 to 2, and our winner and champion this week is Brie Watson.
Aww. To be fair, I didn't know Paul was going to be voting.
Cool.
Now I feel bad. I should have just asked Emilie.
It's totally fine.
Give Emilie deserves it because this was her. You know what I mean? This is something
you could put on a resume.
There's no way I'm gonna read stuff I wrote when I was 17. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway.
All right. Well, we have our winner declared. Before we say goodbye, does anybody have anything that they're working on or anything that they're proud of that they'd like to mention to our audience?
Sure, I'll go. I've got an improv show called Improv Fallout going on Friday. If you happen to be, I was going to say in the Niagara region. Look, you have two options on Friday. You're either going to watch improv or you're going to watch a sketch comedy news show, okay? So if you feel like improv, 8 o'clock, it'll be on Improv Niagara's Facebook page. It's a fun improv competition where you get to vote for the winner. Huzzah!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, watch some comedy. How about you, Korri?
What I'm going to be working on is writing my own fan fiction about this Jojen character. My loins are quavering and quivering for him now. But yeah, as you alluded to, I have a sketch comedy news parody show, all those words together. It's online at Good News Toronto, the show on Facebook. That's where we go live. Yeah, it's kind of like the Daily Show, but we're Canadian, so we're more polite and drunken, as Canadians tend to be. So it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for your international audience.
Oh my goodness.
Is that 80-year-olds? Is that still?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
They can watch our shows back to back.
Yeah. Binge 'em.
Yes. And also everything goes to Facebook and just stays there forever. So easily come back and watch either of them.
It's true. Even your personal data, it just stays there forever.
It's true. Even the most personal things you wrote on your computer when you were 17.
Speaking of, Emilie, anything you'd like to plug or say to our audience?
I have currently I have nothing to plug just because lockdowns just turned me into a working machine in the admin field. But if I were to promote anything, I would probably go to Instagram on Emilie.Overton_CA. So if there's anything that I'd be working on acting wise, I'd probably promote it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
For my part, I'll say that you can follow this show on Facebook at, of course, The Pen is Mightier on Facebook. Or you can find episodes of the show on podcavern.com, as we are happily under the umbrella of the Podcavern Podcasting Network. And
Love Podcavern, by the way. Love everything
Absolutely.
about Podcavern.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's all kinds of great shows on there. Disney Dummies, Talking Tongue, including ours. So
What are the bad shows on there, Paul? Can you list those?
the bad shows that are on there,
Yeah.
I sure can't, Korri, because there aren't any.
Oh, quality.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to my 3 guests for having such a fun time with me tonight. It'll be Emilie Overton, Korri Birch, and our champion this week, Brie Watson.
Yay! Thank you for having us. This was
Thank you.
what a
Of course.
delight.
I would love to have all of you back.
Except for Korri. I understand. Thank you for having me, though, Paul. I appreciate it.
So thank you to our guests. Thank you to our audience for listening. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Wear a mask. And we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Quaver.